The year is 1853. The world is standing at the edge of a war no one saw coming. In the east, the mighty Russian Empire eyes the weakening Ottoman territories, seeking to expand its influence. In the west, Britain and France, suspicious of Russian ambitions, prepare to intervene. What starts as a dispute over religious sites in Jerusalem soon spirals into a full-scale war, one that will change the course of history forever. This is the Crimean War. The rising tensions. For centuries, the Ottoman Empire had been in decline. Once a dominant force, it was now labeled the sick man of Europe. Russia, under Tsar Nicholas I, saw an opportunity. If the Ottomans fell, Russia could expand its power over the Black Sea, control trade routes, and extend its influence into Europe and the Middle East. But Britain and France had their own reasons to resist Russian expansion. If Russia controlled Constantinople, it would disrupt the balance of power in Europe. Tensions reached a boiling point when Russia sent troops into Ottoman territories, claiming to protect Christian holy sites. The Ottomans declared war. What seemed like a regional conflict quickly escalated into an international war as Britain and France. The war begins. Early victories and brutal realities. The first battles were fought at sea. In 1853, the Russian Navy crushed the Ottoman fleet at the Battle of Sinope, showcasing its naval strength. But this victory backfired. Britain and France used it as an excuse to enter the war, sending troops to Crimea to destroy Russian power in the Black Sea region. As soldiers landed on the Crimean Peninsula, they expected a quick victory. Instead, they found themselves in a nightmare. Disease, hunger, and the brutal winter proved deadlier than enemy bullets. Soldiers froze in the trenches, supplies ran short, and outdated tactics led to horrific casualties. The war was supposed to be about strategy, but it became a test of survival. Major battles and twists of fate. The Battle of Alma in 1854 was the first major clash. British and French forces, despite confusion in leadership, managed to push back the Russians. But the real horror came at the Battle of Balaclava. Here, one of history's most infamous military blunders occurred: the charge of the Light Brigade. Due to a miscommunication, hundreds of British cavalrymen charged directly into Russian cannon. It was a suicidal attack, yet they rode on bravely. Most never returned. The event became legendary, inspiring poetry and controversy alike. Meanwhile, in the siege of Sevastopol, the war reached its bloodiest phase. Russian forces dug in, defending their stronghold for nearly a year. Thousands died in the trenches as artillery fire rained down day and night. By 1855, the city finally fell, signaling Russia's defeat. The unexpected heroes, medicine and journalism. As battles raged, a different kind of revolution was taking place, one that would change warfare forever. A British nurse named Florence Nightingale arrived in Crimea, horrified by the conditions in military hospitals. With her efforts, hygiene improved, lives were saved, and modern nursing was born. Meanwhile, this war became the first truly documented conflict, with journalists like William Howard Russell sending real-time reports back to London. For the first time, the public could see the horrors of war, shifting how conflicts were perceived worldwide. The end of war and its lasting impact. By 1856, Russia was exhausted. It signed the Treaty of Paris, agreeing to keep the Black Sea neutral and withdrawing from Ottoman lands. On the surface, the war ended in an uneasy peace, but its effects were far-reaching. For Russia, it was a humiliation, exposing its military weaknesses and forcing it to modernize. For the Ottoman Empire, it bought more time, but the decline continued. Britain and France solidified their roles as global powers. Most importantly, the Crimean War reshaped modern warfare, introducing trench warfare, war photography, and medical advancements. The war may have ended in the 19th century, but its effects are still felt today. The Black Sea remains a hotspot for geopolitical tensions. Russia's push for influence in Ukraine and Crimea echoes the ambitions of the past. The lessons of this war: poor leadership, logistical failures, and the cost of military miscalculations are still studied in war colleges across the world. The Crimean War was more than just a battle between empires, it was a glimpse into the future of warfare, where strategy, technology, and public perception would determine the outcome. It was a war of mistakes, bravery, and lessons that still shape our world today. What do you think? Was the Crimean War an avoidable disaster or an inevitable conflict between empires? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into history's most shocking events.